keyboard on this computer. Welcome to Self-Care Saturday. Today is the 7th of November, and this is the third week of Self-Care Saturday. We're trying this out, and it's very much to do with experiencing self-care practices. My name is Sue Cooper. My background is in nursing and in Ayurveda, the ancient healing tradition of Ayurveda, and also meditation and mindfulness. And what I came to remember during the latter parts of my nursing, which was lasted for about 45 years, was that healing comes from within. We go and we seek assistance out there for a cure, but really we heal ourselves. So the self-care model is one of looking at the beautiful natural practices of self-care, which can't harm you, as long as you're guided by professionals and people who are really competent in what they're sharing, which today we have Lotte Mikkelsen, who is the most amazing laughter yoga leader. So today is about happiness. I wonder if I could just get, hang on, let me just do the mute. Okay, and mute here. So today's about happiness. And I, as I was just looking back through my notes that I did with, when I trained with Lotte as a laughter yoga leader, I've come across quite a wodge of stuff, and there's a beautiful quote that I came across, and I don't even know who it belongs to, but I'd like to read that to you first, and then we're going to look at the happiness formula, and then I'm going to hand over to Lotte for the rest of the session, and then we can have a chat afterwards and see how we feel. So happiness, this is a beautiful definition. There is happiness when each moment is used in a worthwhile way. Happiness is such a nourishment that it can transform a person from weak into powerful. It makes difficult things easy and heavy things light. To remain happy and share happiness with others is the greatest act of charity. No matter what happens, your happiness should not be lost. And as we're going through challenging times, I should imagine all of us are going through challenging times one way or another with what's going on in the world. If we can keep within that core of happiness, and when we notice that we're not quite as happy as we would like to be, it's okay. But if you want to raise your energy vibration, laughter yoga, laughing for no reason at all, is probably one of the best ways that you could possibly instantly raise your vibration. So we'll have a go at that in a moment, but I'd just like to nip into screen share because I'd like to just share with you, if I may, and I'll just pop this here, is the happiness formula. This comes from Deepak Chopra. And when I was training with him, he talked about this a lot. So this happiness formula is about, it's not going to work. Okay, let me just stop that. I was hoping that would work. Never mind. Is about, I think probably about 10 years old. But I think with these sort of things, it really doesn't make much difference. Things don't change that much. So his formula, if I may give it to you, is this. H is happiness, and it's S plus C plus V. So let me explain what that is, because I was intrigued when I first heard this. H is happiness. So the first part is S, which is 50%. And that, according to social scientists in the USA, is set point. It's the very nature of yourself, of where you see the world. And this is usually formulated within the first seven years of your life, again, according to social scientists. So it's a conditioned response. So if you perceive the world with a low set point, S for set point, it could well be that you see more challenges and problems and can't necessarily find your way out of them. But maybe more criticism, more complaints. But if you have a higher set point, you see challenges as creative opportunities. So again, according to scientists, this happens within the first 7 years of life. But what's beautiful about this is set point can be changed. And again, this is what came out of the research. It's that it's about becoming aware of your own beliefs. And we've done this quite a lot within the Alone Together sessions, is, are those beliefs true? Because beliefs are always given to you by somebody else. And they're not necessarily the most nourishing beliefs. They may be old beliefs that have been passed down the generations. They may be environmental beliefs, but it's starting to ask ourselves, are these beliefs true? And they come from parents, they come from siblings, school, university, religion, different roles that we're in, you know, a wife, a mother, a daughter, a husband, a father. So it's just looking at where we are at any given point of the time, and knowing that we can make significant changes when we become aware. And this is what mindfulness does. So the way to change your beliefs, again, according to scientists, is through the practice of mindfulness and the practice of meditation. So being present in the moment and allowing whatever arises, but being able to bring yourself into this meditative place where you can go beyond the conditioned mind. So 50% of happiness is about set point. The next one is 10%, which is the C, letter C, which is conditions of living. So this was very surprising. It's only 10 to 12%. And it's about material comforts. And scientists found that they were very short-lived. Once you'd purchased something, once you got over the wave of, oh, I feel really comfortable with this, it doesn't necessarily lead to lasting happiness. So set point is 50% of happiness. Comforts of living is 10%. The other 40% is the V, the letter V, which is voluntary choices. And these are choices that we make on a daily basis. And we don't necessarily become aware of these choices because a lot of them are subconscious. But the research came up with that the number one choice in America was shopping. So people became very happy when they were shopping. The number two choice was food, alcohol, sex, and other choices. So those were the personal pleasures, but the choices that gave the greatest happiness was about meaning and purpose. And when people came to find out what their meaning and purpose was in life, or they felt that they were sharing with others, that brought the greatest amount of happiness within the voluntary choices. And these came, and this is where the 4 A's that I've shared on many occasions came into play. So the voluntary choices are about paying attention, listening and sharing. So listening to yourself.
Here, this is finished. I'm not watching television, am I? You can do, oh, but anyway, can't you?
Mute, let me just mute. Okay. So it's the attention, listening and sharing, appreciation for yourself, and then noticing. I've got something really buzzing in my room here. Okay. I have a little fear of buzzy things. Oh my God, it's a great big wasp. Just one moment. See if I get it out without hurting it. Woo! Poor thing's got caught in the light. Let me just move it. Sorry. I think it's okay. It's just down by my feet, so I'll keep still. Appreciation, affection, and telling people that you care about them, and acceptance. And acceptance is the key to happiness. It's bringing ourselves into the present moment and being okay where we are. And if we're not okay where we are, then having the practices, the self-care practices, to bring ourselves back into this present moment. And the safe, supportive environment is another great source of happiness. So that's just a little bit about happiness from the social scientists. So what we're going to do now is I'm just going to open this up just a little, and I'm going to find Lotte. Where are you, my dear? Here we are. And I'm going to, let me just unmute everybody. And I want to explain to everybody where I first met the beautiful you. Just one moment. I will find you, Lotte. Could you unmute yourself?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I'm going to put you on Add Spotlight. So, so I was at a stage in my life where I was going through massive stressors, huge stressors, and actually that's brought me to self-care. And I'd found Ayurveda, and then somebody said to me, have you heard of laughter yoga? And I said, no, since the kids left home and life was difficult at work and life got serious. And they said, well, it's interesting because there's this article in the paper, and there's a lady in London who is running a course, and she's running a course in a couple of weeks. And you know how it's that aha moment, this is what I need to do. So I contacted this beautiful lady, and here she is with me. And when was this? Was this about 2010? Or I can't even remember when it was.
Yeah, it was really early. I hadn't been running the training very long.
And we went down to London, and we had this. I laughed solidly for 2 days. In fact, I ended up with a headache, but that was all right because it was just the letting go of everything. And from learning laughter yoga and then learning to be a laughter yoga teacher and then going off and doing kids' parties and just sharing it in various, it really is the best possible medicine for raising that vibration. So I'm so delighted that you're with us tonight.
Oh, thank you so much, Sue.
And may I just hand over to you and you explain a little bit about the, you know, how it affects the hormones, and then we go into a practice.
Yes, you most certainly may. Thank you very much.
Just
Shall I take it from here? Or
yes, please.
and keep your sound on, because I want you to also maybe suggest a laughter exercise of your choice, because you know how to do it.
Okay.
So thank you so much. That is so interesting what you're saying. And you would talk about meditation being one of the practices we should be doing. And I know that silent meditation for some people is not necessarily what they can do. A lot of people struggle to quieten their minds and so on. And the good news about laughter yoga is that laughter yoga is a dynamic meditation, because it really, when you're laughing, it just brings you into this moment. You cannot laugh in the past, you cannot laugh in the future, just like with breathing. And so we're going to be doing some laughter, and I know that lots of you, I don't know how many of you though have came to the that amazing event that was so fantastic. Yeah, the Caravan of Unity. Yeah, that was brilliant. But thank you so much for coming and joining in the laughter. But we will be doing quite a few laughter exercises here. You have to stop me, Sue, when I'm done. The interesting thing though is that when Sue and I reconnected, I just got involved in a little bit with Ayurveda as well. And one of the interesting things about it just shows how important it is to feed your body and mind and your spirit all the right things. And that includes laughter, because laughter is such a high vibration now. But with the chemicals we release when we're laughing, endorphins, our happy chemicals, serotonin, our antidepressant, dopamine for motivation, and oxytocin, our love hormone. What's not to like about it? We are a chemical factory releasing all these amazing chemicals. And just to very briefly revert back to Ayurveda, serotonin is produced 80% in the gut, and dopamine 50% in the gut. So it's so important that we're feeding our body in the right way and using it the right way as well. And laughter yoga really brings the laughter into our belly, into our body, so we can really kick off these processes. It's not the only thing it does. It lifts your mood, it lowers stress, it boosts your immune system, and you bring so much air into your body and your brain when you're laughing. You're gulping in all this air, and it just makes you feel so refreshed and motivated and ready for any task. Yeah, this is what laughter does for you. It makes you more resilient and resourceful. And we're connecting around the world. I was looking at where you're from, and wow, you're from all around the world. Well, at least from the US, from the UK, as far as I could see. So thank you so much for joining us. Are you up for doing some laughter? Let's do it. So I'm going to stand up. And if you can stand up, you're more than welcome to do it. I'm just going to take off my cardigan because it's getting warm here. So not outside, but when we're laughing, we're really giving our body a really good workout, and our circulation improves. So we're really speeding up our heart rate as well. So look after yourself. It is physical activity, and it's about you being responsible for your own health and well-being. So what we're going to do, some laughter exercise where we use some clapping with a ho, ho, ha, 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 ho, ho, ha, 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 ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. Now, this is with our palms together, because lots of research shows that when we're stimulating the nerve endings at the insides of our palms, we get lots of energy into our body as well. So it goes ho, ho, ha, 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 with big flat palms. Ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. If you want to join me, ha, 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 ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. And then to finish that off, to bring us back together and do the next exercise, we take a deep breath in, stretching up. And breathing out. When you're breathing out, I don't know how many of you sigh once in a while where it's like, and your whole body and your whole being drops a little bit. Now, when we're sighing out in laughter yoga, we do it with a because brings a little smile to your face. You cannot help it. And in fact, you cannot help it so much. So we're going to go up to the camera and do a little ha 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 ha. And you don't even have to mean it. You can just go ha 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 ha. But for me, it very quickly turns into real laughter. Now, this just shows how close you've been to the camera now. So we need to clean it. Are you ready with your imaginary webcam cleaner? Psst, psst, psst. And then you clean it. Yeah, ready? Psst, psst, psst. Yeah, that'll do. Yeah. But health and safety first. So before we start the exercises, let's take our hand sanitizer out and just squirt it into our hands with a big. Yeah, ready? And we apply it with a. Excellent. Now we're almost ready. Now, of course, it's, you may not be a ha 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 ha, you may be a ho 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 or a hee 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 hee. And that's okay as well. You use whichever laughter sound is best for you. And of course, to get ourselves clear, I think you are quite clear and quite ready for the laughter. But just to clear our minds, because we have so many, 70,000 thoughts going through our minds every day. So just to clear our minds, get your mental floss out and pull it out with a and then you floss your head. Fantastic. Now we're ready, yeah? Except, of course, sometimes instead of finishing with ho, ho, ha, ha, we do a very cheerful clapping that goes very good, yay! And this is all about enthusiasm, yeah? Let's do it. Very good, yay! Very good, yay! Which reminds me that it would be so nice to get your sound on as well, because laughter is about sharing the laughter and hearing the laughter as well, yeah? Is that possible to get you all on sound?
Yeah.
Yay, I can hear some people. So we're going to do some laughter exercises. And in fact, is it too soon to ask you, Sue, what your favorite laughter exercise is?
It's filling the glass and then.
That is a bit early with the drink, but you know what? We've already talked a lot, so let's do it. Yeah, are you ready? How do you do it? You do it first.
Okay. Glug 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 glug.
I love that one. Fantastic, but you know what? We're going to do one more, and this time, because we've had enough, we're just going to throw it over the shoulder, yeah? So, okay. Look.
Yeah.
Are you ready? Very good, very good. Yay!
Yay!
Okay. So let's take a breath. Now, with a drink, you know, whether it's a smoothie or a cup of tea or a cup of coffee or a milkshake, unless you're lactose intolerant, of course. With a drink, it's nice to have a little snack as well, yeah? So we're going to make some popcorn then. This is, by the way, not how I start the session. I have a different structure for it, but let's just do it. So you know when popcorn sizzle and they're almost ready, and they go, not jump, you just bounce in your knees, yeah? But it's tiny little tap down step, yeah? And are you ready? Let's do it. Very good, very good. Very good, very good. Yay! Let's take a breath. Is everyone okay? Well, I can't see all of you because I'm kind of center stage here. So because I'm center stage here, it's so easy to look or see myself laughing at myself. Yeah. So let's point at ourselves and just laugh at ourselves. Go up and share. I don't know how popular it is around the different parts of the world right now to actually hug, but I do think a lot of people miss hugging. And so we're going to do something that remotely simulates hugging. Yeah, hugging is great also because just like when laughing, we release oxytocin. We release oxytocin when we're hugging, even when we're self-hugging. So imagine this, you go up, ha 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 ha. Are you ready? Ha ha ha. Go up again. Let's take a breath in. This time we can do it like this. And just hold it. And do you know that moment when you're holding it, and then just bursting out with a big. Laughter is so great, getting rid of all fear. So we have lots of going into our body. Yeah. So we're using the diaphragm to really get our laughter going, to get rid of all that. So one of the things about laughter is that whole thing about connecting connecting. And right now we're connecting on Zoom because we can't meet up in person. And you know what? We can still connect really, really, really well. Yeah. And so we're going to go up and we're going to appreciate each other a little bit with thumbs up. Yeah. When we're using our diaphragm for laughing, it just becomes easier to do it over and over again. But sometimes it can feel like, am I actually laughing from here or am I laughing from here? When we're doing our normal social laughter, then it's coming from up here, but when we're doing really big belly laugh, yeah. But how do we know? Well, the ho ho ha 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 is actually guiding you to this place. Yeah. So if you hold your hand on your diaphragm just below your rib cage, and then you go ho ho ha ha ha. Just raise your right arm and just did it, and your diaphragm showed up with you. So you know these moments where I don't know how many people in the US or how many people anymore in the UK actually do that online lotto or lotto coupons or so. But when you get that, sometimes I get it for a present, I get one of these scrape off things, yeah, and you start scraping off, yeah, and you know this is actually going somewhere. So so you start scraping off, and it's like, yeah. So are you ready? Let's do this. We're scraping off the numbers, yeah. Going on holiday. Imaginary holiday. Yeah, what can you do? I don't know if there's anybody here from Hawaii, but you know what? I heard that in Hawaii, when you go there, and it's a place I'd love to go, then when you go there and you land there, people come up to you in such a nice way and greet you with "Hello." So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go up and greet each other. Are you ready? Hello. 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 You can even hello. And in those amazing resorts, when you go on a holiday, they often have some fantastic beaches, don't they? And when you may have that where you are already. There aren't any beaches in Hertfordshire, that's for sure. So I always get excited when I see a beach and it's like, oh, kicking off your flip-flops. That was my flop in the corner. And then you step on the sand, yeah, and you go, the hot sand, yeah. So these results as well, and I haven't actually done it myself, but I've seen it in American movies. So I believe it's the truth. So in these results, you also have like often there are activities organized. Yeah. So in this results, you learned a little trick because you went to a magic show. So you learned a little trick, and this is what you're going to be sharing with your friends all around the world. Yeah. And it goes like this: ha ha ha, ha ha ha. Let's do it. Let's do it. Ha ha ha. Back with ha ha Very good. Yay! Very good. Yay! This time we're reaching out in front. And then you need a little bit of space around you, baby. So when you're opening up, you're going breathing in and opening up. And you know what? It's so good for opening up your chest, yeah? And so you get fresh air and lots of space for fresh air. So we can even go so far as to stretch up and go. Very good, very good. Yay! Very good. Yay! And remember, you know, it's all about opening up the chest. That's why also when you do this, it's not your average, very good, very good. It's really opening up, yeah? So Sue, tell me, how much time do I actually have?
Another 10 minutes.
All right, okay, fantastic. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Very useful. So you know when you then go around and you see the same people and suddenly you just know them, yeah, you know them with I know you. So you're gonna do because there's all this stuff about not touching. So when you're doing high five, it's more like a high five and miss, like we can kind of simulate that. But high five and miss, yeah. So you meet those people on the beach and in the resorts and so on. So are you ready? Okay. And stretching up, really stretching up, tickling the ceiling where you are, and but you know what? Things come to an end, especially holidays, yeah. And I know people who cry when they go back from holiday. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to be a bit dramatic about it, just like children, yeah. Because laughter is very playful and so on, and crying can sometimes be involved in the laughter exercise. So that's what we're going to do, and that's fun too. But we're going to be really dramatic, like a child, like, you know, the big lip. So that's what we're doing, and we're crying first, bending a little bit forward, and then we're coming, when we look at the floor, thinking that's not very interesting, so we're going to start laughing. Coming up here, remembering we had a big drama, so we cry twice and we laugh twice and finish with very good, very good. Okay, you ready? Let's do it. Very good, very good, yay! Very good, very good, yay! Okay. I just love laughter yoga because there's so many possibilities, and you can bring all of it into life in some sort of way that's suitable for you. Yeah? So, so you know, one of the things when you come back from now, so you return home, and then of course your lawn has grown up. Your lawn has grown up all over the lawn, yeah. So high grass. So we're going to cut it, but you know, when you go up to your fantastic electrical lawnmower, it doesn't work anymore. So what, instead of it turning on, you actually get electric shock. So you go up and you're going to grab it and you go, because you get electric shock, yeah? Shock. You ready? Let's do it. Okay. That means, of course, you have to take out the old reliable lawnmower, the one with petrol and the string, yeah? But that one is really difficult to start. So when you try to start it, it goes, and you can mow the lawn, yeah? So are you ready? Let's do this. And there's no straight mowing lines in laughter yoga, by the way. Ready? Did I say that all of these laughter exercises can be done seated as well? I meant to say it. What did you do? Just we were meant to. You take up your arms and hold your hands behind your. Sorry, it's Guy Fawkes night here in the UK. I think one of these days. So so if you hold your, I may have got that wrong. I'm not breathing, so I don't know for sure. So when you breathe, you hold them like this. And you breathe in, opening up. And once more. And the next one, when you're breathing out, you do it with the laughter, yeah? So, coming back from holiday, so if you want to have a seat quickly, well, or slowly, it doesn't have to be quick. So, and I was just thinking, how suitable is this t-shirt for wearing today? Spread the happiness. Yeah. So one of the things about laughter is that it's about finding ways where we can induce our own laughter. Yeah? And I find that a really good way of doing it is to play with it. That's what we're doing with the exercises anyway. But if you're sat and you're thinking, it's a bit serious here and so on. Well, first of all, what you can do is pop a pencil between your teeth, and I'll just get one here. Pop a pencil between your teeth. Then you get that movement, yeah? The lips turn up. And research from Basel in Germany shows that if you do this, hold the pencil test for 17 seconds, you start connecting with the pleasure centers in your brain, so you start feeling better. So, you know, if you think the work goes so, just put a pencil between your teeth. And do you know, if you think about it, if you think, oh, people are going to watch and think, what's going on here? People chew pencils all the time. They're not going to be wondering, yeah? The other thing you can do is to be playful and start with your social laughter and take it up one notch, yeah? So you start with just a, then you take it up to really big, but you got to open your mouth to get the sound out, yeah? So let's try and just escalate it, yeah? Are you ready? Let's do it. Just terrible. And just take a deep breath in. And when you breathe out, even if you feel like, oh, I can't laugh anymore, just do it with a just a sound. It cannot hurt you in any way. It can stimulate your real laughter. Because what we're doing here may be acting laughter, or maybe pretending to begin with. But if you do this every day, it really has a big impact in your life. You know, Sue was talking about those 40% that we have an impact. Yeah, what happens in laughter yoga is that we start rewiring our brain, our neural pathways. So here comes the really serious part, just before I hand over to Sue. So in neuroplasticity, it's said that it takes 21 days for the brain to recognize something new is going on. So if you laugh every morning is recommended, because then you bring it into the day. Yeah? So if you laugh for 21 days, 10, 15 minutes every day, then your brain starts thinking, oh, something new is going on. I better pay attention here. Or maybe it thinks in a different accent, probably. And 44 days later, so that means 65 days, and you've created a new neural pathway, a new habit, a new condition. So 65 days is all it takes. It may sound a lot, but right now we do have a lot of days, don't we? What's your favorite finishing laughter exercise, Sue?
I like the lion when you.
Oh, okay. Let's do that. Yeah. Do you want to do it?
No, you do it. I'm shy.
You're shy. Okay. So the lion laughter is for anyone here who may practice yoga. This is one of the laughter exercises that resemble one of the yoga exercises called the lion pose, where you stick out your tongue, not just sticking out your tongue like really sticking out your tongue. So you go in the laughter exercise, you claw up your hands as well, like you're a lion, yeah, and then you go. So it's a whole tongue. That's very good, very good.
Oh, yeah.
Very good, very good.
Yeah. Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, that's very good.
Very good, very good. Yay. Absolutely brilliant.
You know what? Thank you so much for joining me now, and for Sue to ask me to come and do some laughter exercises. I hope you're going to do a breathing exercise now. So this is really healthy and really, really healthy altogether. So it's also about drinking lots of water to help yourself clear out stuff and toxins.
Thank you. Would you put your email address into the chat?
Yeah, sure.
So that if anybody wants to get in touch with you, and are you running any courses or are you doing anything online?
Oh, I'm doing lots.
I would really recommend it. It's one of those skills that you can use for yourself, and I mean, it's a real crowd pleaser as well, isn't it? I mean, I've done it in the most likely of places. In fact, some people have been a little bit surprised as I go talking into it. So it's,
but you know what? People get into it, don't they, really quickly, and there are always going to be people who don't necessarily like it. But you know, sorry for interrupting you.
Oh no. So if you put your email so people can get in touch with you if they want to know a little more. Has anybody got anything that they'd like to share? How was that experience?
Good.
Very good.
Very good.
That was really and you feel so relaxed afterwards. It's just as you said, is you can't really think about anything else, and that's the beauty of that. It's just really, it grounds you to the present. So that's great. Thank you very much. That's brilliant.
Well, thank you so much. Can I say one thing about the relaxing part of it, because laughter is a muscle relaxant when you really get into your stomach, because when you're using the diaphragm, it connects in with the vagus nerve, and that connects in with the parasympathetic, the calming branch of the central nervous system. So there's a lot of anatomy and physiology involved in laughter yoga as well. It's not just going ha 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 ha, even though that's a big part of it. So it does relax you so much.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you so much. That was wonderful. And not only do I feel happier, I feel energized.
Yeah,
Energy.
I love that. So here it's getting to evening, so no one in the UK is going to fall asleep easily, are they?
It's the daytime for us, it's the beginning of the day, so
Yeah,
it'll be perfect for us. But I have to say, as much as I enjoyed it, my dog was rather distressed.
So is my husband. He said he wasn't coming near the living room.
You know, you can't please everybody, but it's about looking after ourselves so we can please everybody else. Yeah.
Wonderful. That's wonderful. Anybody else want to share anything?
I just think it's a happy hormone. I think it's fabulous, and so are you, Lotte. You're just joy. You're joyful. Thank you.
Quite extraordinary, isn't it? Oh, there's the dog.
You're laughing.
A dog.
Not my dog.
Oh, no.
But there's so many more health benefits as well, isn't there, about you know, lowering your blood pressure and taking on massive amounts of oxygen. And the Self-Care Saturday really is about how we can keep our immune system as vibrant and as light as possible. And it's a perfect elixir, isn't it? There's it just hits every button.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And you know what? Now, I'm not going to make this all about Ayurveda, but Ayurveda, I'm really totally won over. And I know we talked about it as well, Sue. But imagine if you're cooking your Ayurvedic food, or any food really, while you're cooking, if you're laughing while you're cooking, the person who may eat some of it may think, what's going on there? But you're stirring while you're laughing. If you do that, you actually burn the calories more effectively and efficiently when you're eating, because you're salivating more and your digestion actually starts in the mouth. So isn't that amazing as well? Little trick for burning calories. You're right about the air, the oxygen. I mentioned that as well, and connection with people. You know, the blood pressure, like you say, and it's not that we're taking people off medication with this, but you know, we've got a really good chance of using our bodies as a vessel for creating better health. And I think it's about time we shifted from thinking about the symptoms to thinking about how can we actually boost our immune system instead of recovering from conditions.
Yeah, it's true. I'm very interested that you're following an Ayurvedic path now, because we're always chattering about Ayurveda because all of us are immersed in it. So
really? Oh, yeah. Wow. So I don't need to feel bad about mentioning it.
Oh, no, no, it's an absolute positive, because it just links so much, doesn't it, with what we've been doing with meditation, Ayurveda, and looking, and self-care. I mean, it's the whole thing. So yeah, you're one of us.
Thank you. I love it really. It was purely by chance that I came across it in a way where I thought, oh, I think I'm going to do that, because I listened to a very interesting talk on Facebook, in fact, and I got onto it and thought, what is this about? It didn't have any title, and then I heard it was Ayurveda, and I thought, nah, it's not really what I'm interested in. But I stayed on because the presenter was really, really engaging, and I know you know him as well, Sue. So yeah, I just did some courses, and now I'm hooked.
And are you feeling healthy for it?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, and empowered.
Who is the person who is presenting that intrigued you?
Am I allowed to say that?
Oh yes, please.
It's Dr. Sam Watts from down in, is it in Suffolk? No, sorry.
Chichester, I think.
Oh yeah. Surrey. Is it Surrey?
Yeah.
Yeah, down in South England. Dr. Sam Watts.
He's doing quite a lot of courses as well, isn't he?
Yeah. Yeah.
How does he spell his name? Is it W-A-T-T-S?
Yes, it is. Yeah. Him and his wife Holly. Yeah.
So, Lotte, would you tell us about the courses that you're doing? So if anybody is interested in doing another session with you.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I mean, I run the Laughter Club. I run on the first Sunday in every month at 1 to 1:30 UK time. But it's actually been moved from last Sunday to tomorrow. And, you know, feel free to email me for details for that. But also, because I teach laughter yoga, I love teaching. I love it. And I love running workshops and so on. But I teach people to run these workshops just like I met Sue. Yeah. And because we can't meet in person, I do it online at the moment. So it's 12 hours over 5 weeks that we meet on Zoom and you learn. And it's not like it's just watching videos or reading stuff. It's me teaching you like we're doing here, and it works really well.
What
But
time
it's
is
not
the
the
Sunday?
same as meeting in person. Of course, it's not. Yeah.
Sorry, somebody
What time is the Sunday class?
1 p.m. UK time, so it's depending on where you are. I know the East Coast is 5 hours later than us, yeah, or earlier than us, yeah. But I don't know all the different time zones. I do apologize.
But that would be a great way to start the day if you're in the middle of the it's like 7 in the morning. I mean, your day will really kickstart.
Yeah. And do you know what? There's a telephone laughter club because I've been running a telephone laughter club since 2008, and the reason I started it was because I was diagnosed with MS, and it wasn't the finest diagnosis I've ever had. But you know, I started the laughter club, telephone laughter club, because I wanted to have a structure for laughing every day, so I could avoid any further relapses and so on, because you lower stress, and when you're really stressed in MS, you risk having more relapses. So I wanted to remove that stress, and laughter just boosts you so much. Yeah. So but I know there's a telephone laughter club in the US which runs in all the different time zones, and it's run by a lady called Gaga Barnes. I don't have the website, but you know, if you look up Gaga telephone laughter, then you definitely get it up.
It is so wonderful joining your laughter telephone line. My routine used to be meditate first thing in the morning, which it still is, and then go straight on the laughter line to laugh for 15 minutes with you. And then I used to make a cup of tea for my husband and then arrive in the bedroom. Mommy! Oh my God.
But you know what? That's the thing. You feel so good for it. You know, you're really ready for the day. And much too often, I think we wake up well, not often, but sometimes we wake up and just roll out of bed and think, oh, another day. Can I have half an hour longer? You know, and instead just get out and really jump out and like, woohoo, here we are. Even if it doesn't feel right to begin with. But when you're facing yourself in the mirror and going, suddenly things start shifting. And it's just a tiny little tip, and you don't really have to mean the laughter to begin with, but you start connecting, and it's fantastic. And like Sue was saying, when you then connect on a telephone laughter line, you laugh with other people live on the phone.
What's the name of the USA person again?
I'll put her in here. Like I say, I don't know her. I can't remember her website, to be honest. Gaga
That's okay.
Barnes. Yeah. If I can spell.
Like Lady Gaga.
Yeah, true.
Well, we've got a couple of minutes before we're due to go off and have our supper or lunch or breakfast, depending where
Oh,
in the world.
that sounds so nice.
So has anybody else got anything to say before we thank you so much? Anybody got anything else at all? All gone quiet.
I'll just say thank you so much, Sue, for inviting me into this magical group. I really, really love this group. You eat healthy food.
Yeah. Well, you know, we do a meditation every night at 5 o'clock UK time, Monday to
Really?
Monday to Friday. So I'll send you the PDF with everybody's. It's somebody different each night. I do Wednesday, but it's a beautiful group, aren't we? We're a sangha. There's between 50 and 60 people on at night, and we're just saying please come, and then bringing the self-care element in of really a concentrated practice sort of seals everything else in, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. It does, yeah. It's what it's all about. And you know what, we're doing it so much these days where, you know, it seems like it's a whole year, even though it's only been March only. But you know, we're talking so much about self-care now, but we should think about it even outside of this kind of time. Yeah, it's for all the time. It's not for just this time.
Yeah. Right.
So before we go off, if everybody wants to just go in and save the chat, because there's been some pretty wonderful little links in there, and you press the you know, the 3 buttons next to the chat, one of them will come up and it'll say save at the top.
Oh, that's clever.
Have you got it? Yeah. So that means that any links or anything has been put on there, then you've got them. So I'll just stop the